Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It's Thursday evening and today I am on day 4 of my £20 food budget challenge. And I'm getting fed up. Let's be honest here. It wasn't too bad, but dinner has been a bit of a thing because I didn't want what I had in the freezer. So I started off the day as normal with my toast and jam, and I took in some of my roasted carrots for lunch. That was all good. And when I was heading for home, that last sort of 20 minutes in the office, and you're like, what am I having for dinner? And I was like, right, I've got meatballs. Nah. I've got my turkey. Nah. I could do bacon fried rice and put extra bits. Nah. And I just wasn't, and I thought, right, no, I'll do what I said and I'll go up the street and I will go to the shop. No. Walked out the office, the rain was bucketing down. And bad enough it was raining, but I knew that at 5 o'clock, if I went up to the local shop, it was going to be busy. And I was like, do you know something? I just don't have it in me because obviously Monday was my first day back at work after being off for a week's holiday. Tuesday, I was at the dentist, so I didn't get in till the back of 7 or back of 6. Last night, I was visiting mum. That was about 7 o'clock before I got in. So tonight's the first night that I could actually come home and relax after work. So I'm just not up for going to the shop. I'm just not up for it. So I had to make a bargain with myself that when I came in, I would go and find something in the freezer that was relatively cheap and would make a bit of a difference. So that was me. I was a wee bit happier. So off I jolly well trots, and I comes in and goes, right, okay, what am I doing? And I put the kettle on for my cup of tea, and I see the mushrooms and the carrots, and they have to be eaten tonight. Okay, so I'm having mushrooms and carrots. I can do that. What can I have with them? Now, what I do have some left off in the freezer is like your chicken and batter or things like that. And I was like, nah, no feeling that either. But I did find a burger. Now, it's one that I got out of either Lidl's or Asda's that was in the freezer. And I thought, right, I'm quite happy to take the money out of my stash for that. Now, granted, I would have had to buy a full pack, which would have been £3.50, and I've only got £4 something. And I'm like, right, well, no, I still have, there's another burger in there. So I was like, no, I will bite the bullet and I will take that £3.50 out. So we're going to bite the bullet. We're just going to do it right now so that I have no excuse. But it has to be done because, otherwise we're just not. So there's £3.50. So £3.50 is ready to go away. So that leaves me, I've got £1 coin, I've got £1 in my 20 pences, so that's £2, £2, 10, 14 or something. So I've still got £2 left for the rest of the week. But I have to say, yes, at the beginning of this, I felt that, yeah, this is easy, I've got enough meals. Which is great until you're eating the same thing all the time. That's not as enjoyable. And when you're more conscious about what you're eating, and yes, I know my veggies and stuff wasn't there, but if I do this for a few weeks, we'll have leftovers here and we'll have leftovers there. So, there's no leftover carrots anymore, or mushrooms now. But I'll be more conscious of that next week when I go shopping. What I might actually do is go into Asda first and go and look at the reduced fresh section because I can always cook something and freeze it or whatever. But anyway, yes, so this evening I have had for dinner a burger, which I have budgeted at £1.50, and roasted carrots and mushrooms, which I put in a Tupperware with a knob of butter and microwaved them for 30 seconds. Stirred them about, put them in for another 10 seconds, that was it, done. So that was what I had for dinner. So it's not actually been too bad a day, and I'm so glad that I made that change for my dinner because it just sort of took that wee bit of pressure off. And obviously I can only do that because I've got stuff in the freezers or in the cupboards. But if not, I would have gone to the shop with my wee £4 or £5 that I had left. And I'd have got something, but I'm quite thankful that I did not have to get out in the bucketing rain and the busy, busy shop. So let me tell you what my costs were for today. As usual, we have my toast and jam, which was 20p. I had my carrots for lunch, which was 10p. I had my burger at £1.50, more carrots, so that was another 10p, and my 30p of mushrooms, which leaves me with 4 mushrooms left in the tub. So all in all, that was £2.20 that cost me this week, today, for today's food. So that's not bad. Obviously, when you think the majority of it, out of £2.20, £1.50 was a burger. Not exactly cost effective. But I didn't want to say, oh, that's something I've got in the store cupboard, because not everyone has that, and that would not be a true reflection on trying to do a £20 food budget, the same as someone just walking off the street would have to do. I'm going with that you've got salt, you've got sugar and tea bags and stuff. But things like that, it's, I just happen to have burgers. Not everyone's got that, let's be honest. So that's come out of the budget. So far so good. Tomorrow I have got my toast for breakfast again. I have got my soup for lunch. It's actually out defrosting just now. And then when I come home from work, I think I will probably have a bacon toastie. Or I might have bacon fried rice, because I've still got some mushrooms, I've got the onions. I just need to bite the bullet and do the bacon fried rice. And that'll be that done. But I think this is something that we need to be quite conscious of, for people who are struggling with food budgets, who are struggling with rising costs. This is depressing if you don't have something else. I mean, if you're coming into the same, 3 meals for the whole week, it can really be, and especially if 2 of them are rice-based, because I've got the turkey with the rice, the bacon fried rice, and I've got the pasta with the meatballs. So unless I had got some veggies or something like that to do it with, because your turkey with the creamy stuff you could do with some new potatoes and some veggies, which I might actually go and do if it's not bucket marine tomorrow night. Or I could get some eggs and do eggs and bacon and some fried bread. That would do, because the frying pan would be flavoured with the bacon, so therefore my fried bread would be, that's also a shout. I wonder how much eggs are. I shall have a look. But that's the thing, is now that I'm on day 4, which is I'm barely halfway through, but now I'm thinking, no, I need to change it up. This is not as easy as I first thought. And I think that's very important for us to realise, that if someone's struggling and they're eating out a food bank or a community fridge a lot of the time it's the same things. It's the same things, because they're working off of donations, or they're working off of what they can buy in bulk. And I think that can have a big effect on people's well-being. So there you go. That's my thought for today. So I will leave you with that. I will go heat up my cup of tea that I'm halfway through, and I'll catch you later.